So I've used it recently for one of our recent programs for it's about recruiting and interviewing. And the great news about it is I'll tell you the whole story. It's like when we started this program, we were trying to figure out we wanted it to be like an escape room where it kind of went through one of our model homes. And so the concept was out there. We went out to a few outside vendors, and it was cost tens of thousands of dollars to go ahead and create this where we can move around in the room and navigate through and then go to the next room after a knowledge check. And I said, 360 had just recently come out, was the beta and the pilot and everything. And I'm like, I'm going to try it and see if I can learn it. So I went out, self-taught myself through your guys' help and support and went through YouTube videos and things of that nature and was able to create this now fully immersive training module, a training course. And it's a whole program, which is about 4 to 5 hours. And it now takes our users through our model homes as an escape room. And it's a very immersive. We were able to use our Matterport so they can actually turn around and look throughout the whole entire thing, whether it be a kitchen or a living room, and then click on different items to actually get the knowledge they need and then do a knowledge check. Saved our company a lot of money. It gives you the functionality to be able to do something at a little bit different level. It's not a flat learning platform like with this 360. It's now you can actually engage your learners a little bit more and give them a different learning experience. For us, it's the first time we've used it for this purpose. It gives you those where you're clicking, but it's also now popping up information. From my example, for me, you can click on one of the icons or the buttons and triggers, as they call them, and it'll launch different courses, but also allows you to kind of give an imagery so they kind of know what the training is going to be that they're launching into, as well as a description. I use it for duration so they know approximately how long they're going to be in there. So it just gives that next level of experience for our learners and really kind of bringing them into it rather than just like a PowerPoint or maybe reading a document. And the number of our learners, because we recently did an L&D survey, they're very visual and they're very hands-on. So this really helps the majority of our learners to really engage. I don't think it's so much the tool itself, but more like the education for the creators and designers. The variables and the triggers, getting them exactly right to do what you want it to do, of course, is always tricky with anything. So I would say, again, it's not really the software itself. It's more the creators, just making it so we can really easily understand it. I think you already have some forums out there that you can join. I haven't joined them myself, but if there's live forums or coaching hours or something like that, that might be helpful. Yeah. And that might already exist. I might just not know about them. 10 plus, and I have. Our organization has like coaching, counseling for our leadership programs we're really focused on that. So it gives the opportunity to have that more engaging level. Again, you can set it up so we're on construction sites too, so we can make it look like it's a construction site. Really, again, making it feel like they're in that environment versus like I'm just reading something. Our sales offices, we can use it for that. So there's some different scenarios. Like I said, the leadership part with the coaching and counseling, the construction sites, and even our safety and sales. I think when I think of it, I think it's for more larger, and by larger, I could be like 5 minutes or so. But if you're doing like a smaller, maybe where a job aid is sufficient, which again is really important to figuring out exactly what is needed during your HPA. So I think maybe smaller scopes where it's just like do this, do this, do this, this, and it's more like a step guide. You probably wouldn't use Articulate 360 for that. But everything else, pretty much open. 360, I've not too many different ones there, but I use like Beyond. I use like Camtasia, Captivate. Captivate, of course, giving that simulation and that demo environment. Yeah, I think for this one, it's pretty much the newer for me using it. Oh, it blows it away. So we're just now launching our first program. So I'd be able to tell you this better in January. We've done our beta and our pilot So far, we've gotten great feedback from our learners who have gone through it and participated in that. We go live in January with this. So again, probably be able to tell you better next year, but so far we're trending really good with just the comments we're getting about the program. Sure, absolutely. So, like I said, I've been using 360. I've used it before for Articulate Storyline for many other projects. But one of the things I like recently is Rise. So I've been using Rise before, but now you guys have that AI assistant, which is fantastic. I just got to try that. And my customers, when we're actually working on projects, love the review feature because they're actually able to go through, provide their comments really quickly. It aligns exactly where I need to make the updates to. And so for me as a designer developer, I'm able to go right back in and say, oh, okay, this is a quick change. So it really saves my team, my SMEs, time as well as myself time. And we're able to do, especially in Rise, those revisions out really, really quick and just republish and really make those changes and move the project forward quickly. Right. So I recently just worked on another project. It was the first time I'd do the AI assistant. The only thing I didn't like was it was only for 7-day trial, and then I'm like, oh no, I have to buy it. But you get addicted, of course. It really, because you're able to put the prompts in there, and really the important part is making sure your prompts are very clear and defined of what you're looking for. Make it as detailed as possible, because I was able to play with it, and the more detailed I was, the better the output was. And I think that's with any AI, as we've heard throughout the conference. But it was just fantastic because it brings up the theme, it brings up, pictures and things of that nature. The one thing I would say is some of the pictures I tried to prompt for, it gave me some weird responses that it came back with. Like one guy was missing a head, but that's okay. I just reworded it and got a better picture. But it's so great because you're able to tailor the course really to what you're looking for versus like using stock photos and things of that nature. So, and the verbiage is really great. And it sets the tone throughout the whole thing because sometimes when you're working on projects, maybe one person's working on one section, another person's working on a different section. So the voice and the tone of it is very different. But using AI assistant gives you that consistent voice. And so it doesn't like change like verbiage or content or tone. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Actually, it went beyond a little bit. So, because sometimes they tell you it's amazing, and then you get in there like, no, not. That's but this really is. It's a great product. Oh yes, yes. If I went to another company, I would still be a champion for Articulate. Like I was. I actually went from one company and came to this company, and I said, we need this. So I actually brought it to our company. So yeah, so the Adobe Creative Suite, the Adobe Creative Studio, I should say, uh, all of those, and then let's see what else. Beyond is another one that we really utilize a lot. PowerPoint, Microsoft products, things of that nature, like their MS Forms and PowerPoint, which is basic. Yeah, those are pretty much it because Adobe Creative Suite is all of them that I use. I think Adobe Creative Suite is great, but for me, it's one part of my design work where Articulate covers another piece of my design work. So I use them for different needs, but both are excellent products. I'd probably lean a little bit more towards Articulate as far as ease of use and ramp up. So, because Adobe's a little bit more difficult to ramp up on.